You have to watch this video. CNN has done the unthinkable. If you read the headline, you're going to be outraged, right? But if you read the article itself, you're going to go, maybe they deserve it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this story from CNN. 2 Ugandan men may face the death penalty after aggravated homosexuality charge. They have been charged with allegedly committing something that we all would look at and go, hang on, what? What are you talking about? How is that illegal? That's not illegal. This is ridiculous. Someone needs to do something about this. But I'll tell you something else. CNN lied, allegedly, to make this story more unbelievable just so they could get more clicks. They deliberately designed this story to go viral, to outrage the masses, to divide people, to do what they do best. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story. All to fill the pockets of one of the most untrustworthy news organizations in the entire world. But first, ladies and gentlemen, some happy news. Now, back to the Ugandan men.
Okay.
This story here was written by 4 journalists, including CNN itself, apparently. And once I reveal the truth about the story, you will look at it and go, that is some dishonest shit from the editors. But I hear you at home, ladies and gentlemen, you're saying, Isaac, we know this about CNN. They're completely full of shit. And that's why I'm happy to announce today's sponsor, Ground News. Here's what I love about Ground News. They actually cover the story that this video is on, and I use Ground News to get all of the information I needed for this video. One thing I love about Ground News is their summary and comparison feature. Not only does it allow you to summarize the articles you're reading, but it can also compare them to all different sides of the media and political spectrum. This would be extraordinarily helpful in, say, an election cycle or when something's happening around the globe. It will help you get past the misinformation once and for all. Every story comes with a quick visualization breakdown of the political bias, factuality, and the ownership of sources reporting, all backed by ratings from 3 independent news monitoring organizations. For every story, you can see the reporting bias of every news outlet, compare every headline, and even read every article without leaving the app. I especially like the blind spot feature, which highlights stories that are disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. Ladies and gentlemen, I use their app all the time to help me with videos and work out where stories are coming from. It's really, really good. Now, they're offering you 30% off their Vantage subscription, so I highly recommend you do that. Now, you can only access that discount through this link here, ladies and gentlemen. It is in the description, and you can support an independent news platform, ladies and gents. They are working to make the media landscape more transparent, and I reckon you should support them because they support us. Now, back to the video. Sometimes in the middle of videos, you got to pat the little man off to sleep. But we'll get on with the video. I'm not 100% across what aggravated homosexuality is, but I'm pretty sure it is an activity that's practiced on the first day of every Pride month. That doesn't really, clear it up, but it does sound super gay to me. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. Can I just add on, aggravated homosexuality? I think I saw it in person. I was recently in San Francisco, shouldn't have been there. It's an absolute shithole. I'll probably never go back. Saw the bridge, congratulations me. Now, when you walk out of the airport there, you have 3 flags. You have one flag, the American flag, of course you see that. You have the Californian flag, and then you have the Pride flag. Because that's what you need to advertise your state. Like, what the fuck? Why? It was even the updated flag that had the little circle and stuff for people who are, I don't know if that's asexual or all genders or intersex. It's different, all right? Because apparently the yellow, the purple, the white on the flag, the blue on the flag doesn't cover you enough. The pink, the yellow, the brown, the black, that doesn't cover you enough. The red, the orange, the yellow for a 3rd time. The green, the light blue with the purple again, that doesn't cover you enough. You need a fucking circle. Guys, just don't obsess over your sexuality and your gender that much. Get on with it, get a job, and just fucking make a family and be happy, all right? I'm sure you'll make a happier life if you just do that. Fuck, it's like looking through a kaleidoscope. Jesus. You don't need a flag. It's not a sports team. Anyway, moving on. 2 Ugandan men are facing separate charges of aggravated homosexuality, an offence punishable by death under the country's controversial new anti-gay laws. Now, anything that is a law in a country that is anti-gay is disgusting, despicable, and I don't have to say that. It's ridiculous that I have to say that. There's nothing wrong with gay sex. Fuck who you want. Who cares? As long as they're a fucking adult, good. Go for it. Jam those buttholes, jam those vages, jam it. Jam it! A 20-year-old man in the district of Soroti in eastern Uganda was charged on August the 18th after he allegedly performed unlawful sexual intercourse with one man aged 41 with a disability. Okay. Does unlawful there mean it's gay? Is that the gay sex thing? Is that why it's unlawful? Or was it unlawful because of the R word that I won't say because it's YouTube? But if you're on Patreon, only you on Patreon saw that, so congratulations. Aggravated homosexuality, according to the much criticised act, involves incest, sex with children, as well as people with disabilities or the elderly. I am confused. Why is that? Shouldn't it be separate things? Shouldn't it? Or is that the only thing that is illegal? Is homosexual sex fine as long as it's not with incestual relationship sex with children and disabilities or the elderly? Like, most of that sounds like you definitely shouldn't do that, except the elderly. Like, if old people want to fuck, let them fuck down. Let them fuck down! Let them dig down! If they want to throw around the worst scrotum on earth, let them do it. Anyway, I don't know. Let's just go with I don't know at this point. The act signed into law in May also outlaws gay marriage, okay, that's fucked up, in Uganda, and punishes same-sex acts with life in prison. Okay, if you are a gay man and you love fucking dudes, all right, what is the number one place you would love to be sent? Prison. Why? Heaps of dudes, heaps of horny dudes, heaps of built-up jizz in the scrotum of Ugandan men ready to be sent unto you. Obviously, you don't want to be sent to prison. No one wants to be sent to prison. But if you do get sent there and you're in the showers and everyone wants to fuck, probably not the worst punishment on earth. That's all I'm saying. But the crazy thing, and why I've titled this video in the way I have, and why I've said it is possibly a lie, or at least a lie by the editor of the CNN article, allegedly, suck me off, allegedly, is because of what's contained in the actual article itself once you read it. If you read the headline, you're going to be outraged, right? But if you read the article itself, you're going to go, maybe they deserve it. Another man was charged with aggravated homosexuality, shock horror, that's horrible, etc., until you fucking read it, last month in Jinja district in eastern Uganda for allegedly performing a sexual act with a child aged 12 of the same sex. According to Oki, 12 years old. That's a baby. That is a pedo. That's why they're being charged. Probably not just because they're gay. And you'd know that if you read the whole fucking article and didn't just skim the fucking headline that CNN wants you to read so they get clicks on their fucking website and make more money. And if that's the case with that particular one, maybe that unlawful sex we spoke about earlier, maybe it was the R word. I'm starting to think that maybe this story isn't as horrifying as everyone made it out to be. Maybe these pieces of shit deserve to be locked up for life or face the death penalty. Maybe they do. Because if what they're being charged with is correct, sex with a child and unlawful sex, or the R word, with a disabled person, they fucking deserve everything they're getting. Let's change the headline for a quick second. Fucking piece of shit pedo and fucking R word gets locked up, gonna get death penalty, fucking good. CNN has the truth in the article, so they didn't lie per se, but the headline is completely different to what actually went down, which is completely dishonest, disingenuous, and ethically, it's fucking retarded. And I guarantee you the journalists themselves who wrote this article, they didn't come up with the headline. It would be the editor at CNN, who's just a piece of shit, I only can imagine, who came up with that because they know they're going to make money off it. And they don't care about upsetting people and creating more division and gay people reading that and ruining their day. They don't give a shit about that. They just give a shit about making money, which is the same for me, buy my merch. But they're a massive fucking media conglomerate that everyone trusts. Well, they should. Not everyone. I certainly don't, but a lot of people do. This is the same thing that happened when CNN said that Joe Rogan had horse dewormer during that illness period of life that everyone had. You just can't trust these pricks. And you know that your auntie and your uncle and all these people, everyone in San Francisco, they listen to CNN like it is gospel, and that is dangerous because this is how people are forming opinion. I really believe that this hurts the gay community because, number one, it hurts them personally when they hear about these horrible laws that exist in other parts of the world, but also if you read that article, you subconsciously associate this pedo and this horrible R word with the LGBT community, which is absolutely abhorrent and it shouldn't happen. But that's what CNN has done by lying about what's going on. Because you get outraged by the fact that people are getting killed because they're gay. Because it's disgusting that would ever happen. Not that gay is disgusting, although butt sex with a dude, not into it. I just think dudes are gross. Like, I'm gross. I know what I'm like. I'm fucking gross. Anyway, this is gonna cause guilt by association. You read the headline, you're outraged, you think those poor gay people, then you read through it, and then all of a sudden you associate what these horrible people have done with homosexuality, with gay people, and there's the association. All done by the pieces of shit and this absolute disinformation and this absolute misinformation from CNN. Now, I'd like to end this video with a story from my time in San Francisco. I was keen on a coffee, you see. We were washing our clothes at a local laundromat, and there was this lovely little coffee shop on the corner we heard about. We walked down to the coffee shop. At the front of the coffee shop, there was this beautiful sign that said it was Latinx owned. I hadn't heard the term Latinx for some time. I had to Google it to find out what it meant. If you don't know, this is hilarious. Latinos, right? And Latinas, the male and female version of people from Latin countries. Latin countries, is that correct? Sure, whatever. Apparently, people of the LGBTQIA+ two-spirit community wanted their own word because Latina and Latino doesn't reflect who they are. So they chose an X at the end. I'm sure they're happy with how Elon Musk rebranded Twitter. But yeah, so Latinx, apparently in the Latino and Latina community, they fucking hate that shit. But anyway, I thought it was hilarious, so I took a photo and we definitely went in. Inside of that store, I saw a sign that made me very happy, because it said that everyone is welcome except for everything that I've ever been called, a homophobic, racist, transphobic, fucking bigot, etc, etc, etc. So I did a big poo in their toilet and didn't flush. That's the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodaloo. Au revoir. Bye-bye.